Go ahead, bro. Start the show because Abdullah's not around.
I'm starting the show now. I'm coming now.
Right.
Coming now.
He coming right now. He was on the phone. Peace, everyone. Was waiting on Brother Abdullah. Welcome to Moorish Monday on the Magna Crystal Spirit.
Peace, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to Moorish Monday with Abdullah Iltale Mosi Bey. All right, I have Brother Kono with me. He's going to be co-driving for me. All right, he's going to have the screen up. The day's presentation is titled Vocabulary Building Made Easy. Vocabulary, increasing your vocabulary building skills with easy methods. All right, so I'm going to be coming from my etymology vocabulary book, which can be purchased on mooresandmasonry.org. I want to give special thanks to Brother Hank for offering this platform to me. I've been on this platform since the first Monday in December 2023. I am co-founder, curriculum developer, and writer of and instructor of the Moroccan Post School of Government and International Law. We have free classes on and also presentations on the Moroccan Post Media YouTube page. Once again, to get my books, go to mooresandmasonry.org. All right, so we're gonna get started, Okono. So he's gonna show the cover of my book, Etymology Vocabulary. Etymology Vocabulary has been out since 2005. Since 2006. Since 2006, and I actually had excerpts of the book as I was preparing, and the Al Moroccan Star newspaper that came out in 2001. Al Moroccan Star newspaper. I had an etymology section. I was editor in chief of the Al Moroccan Star newspaper. I had the etymology section in the paper, and I would have in every issue etymology lesson. All right, so we're going to show the cover, and then we're going to get started on the lesson.
I got it. It's pulled up. I need Brother Hank to allow me to share it on the screen.
All right. So as he's doing that, there's a movie called The Killer in the Bee, and a killer is Dr. Laramie is preparing a killer for their National Script Spelling Bee. This is the actual spelling bee. The National Script Spelling Bee is in the spring of every year. And so Killer was a good speller, but she was not a great speller. She became a great speller by under the tutelage of Dr. Laramie, played by Lawrence Fishburne, and Killer was played by Keke Palmer. And so she became a good speller by learning methods, etymology, learning, being able to where they go in one of the spelling, and in the spelling bee, you're asked, the contestant can ask, what is the language or origin? Why is that important? Because that gives one clue to the spelling. If it's Greek origin, if it's Latin origin, if it's Greek origin, it'll be a PH. If it's a Latin origin, it'll be a F. So if you spell a word with you say, well, language origin, oh, it's Greek. You know that a F sound is a PH in Greek. You will not spell F. You will not spell a word F. If it's an F sound, all right, you would spell it with a PH. All right, phone, PHONE. All right. So the language of origin will give you clues to its spelling. All right, are we?
It's ready. Brother Hank, can you allow me to share screen?
Brother Hank, he might be away. I have to call him. All right, good. All right,
Yeah.
Brother Hank.
Go ahead.
Can you allow
All
me
right.
to share the screen?
He said, go ahead. You got to share. He has to share the screen, Hank.
All right, hold on.
All right. So the movie Akil and the Bee, I've actually done presentations on the etymology section. On the there are certain clippings throughout the movie that where Dr. Laramie is giving Akila lessons, and helping her to prepare for the National Script Spelling Bee. So I actually teach those methods. This is my book, Etymology and Vocabulary. This book's been out since the spring of 2006, before my daughter was born. All right, so this is so it actually was re-laid out, a different layout design and different cover this format has been out since 2019. All right, so this is the cover. You can go to mooresandmasonry.org to get the book, as well as my other books, Moors and Masonry, across the screen. Moors and Masonry Part 1, Masonic Conference Square, Moors and Masonry Part 2. All right, so we're going to get right to it. I want to thank y'all for tuning in. All right, so we're going to go right here he's going to stop at the introduction. You see the introduction. Etymology, an aid in reading and dictionary study skills. Etymology is derived from the Greek root etym, meaning history, origin, true or real, and log, meaning study, science, word, theory. Etymology is an indispensable discipline used as a foundation for other fields of study. Webster's New International Dictionary of the English Language, 1921 edition, defines etymology as the origin or derivation of a word as shown by its analysis into elements, by pointing out the root or primitive upon which it is formed, or by referring it to an earlier form in its parent language, also an account setting forth such origin or derivation, often with facts bearing upon the word's relationships, the formal history of a word. Semantics is the field of study that reveals how words gain connotated meanings and become through European social engineering the common understanding, original or ordinary meaning, plain meaning, and established meaning. Linguists who are lexicographers place connotated meanings in dictionaries, and over a period of time, the etymology, original meanings, and application of words are de-emphasized and eventually lose their true essence in the general public. Because the general populace is not taught the etymology of words, the people are conditioned through European social engineering to accept the connotative and distorted meanings as being the true, real, and original meanings. Denotation is derived from the Latin word denotare, meaning to mark completely. Denotation is the state of using an object or symbol to signify, indicate, mark, or designate a word. The objects or symbols used as markers for words are the referents. This is to say that to denote is to tie a word to its objects or symbol. The word chair denotes a piece of furniture having a seat, legs, back, and often arms. It must be clear that etymology is not the study of words. This oversight would render a huge misconception into the study of etymology. It is important to emphasize that etymology is the study of the history, origin, and true meaning of words. Further, it is proper to note that there is a clear distinction between the study of the true meaning of words and the study of the meaning of words. Semantics is the science that deals with the meaning of words. Let's examine the word nice as a way to comprehend the importance of distinguishing the difference between the study of the true meaning of words and the study of words. The etymology of the word nice means not knowing, stupid, and ignorant. This meaning is found in the etymological brackets in dictionaries. Latin, niceus, ni, not, sciere, to know. As in the word, you have the word science, SCI. All right. The meanings, the word conscious, SCI, is the root word, to know. The meanings that the general public uses for the word nice are the connotations for the word. These meanings are found in the entry-level section of dictionaries. The entry-level section have a list of various definitions that are numbered. All right. Let's go down. I mean, go up. I'm sorry, go up. At the top of the page, at the top, yes. Entry-level meanings for nice. 1, giving pleasure or satisfaction, pleasant or attractive. 2, of a person, good-natured, kind. 3, fastidious, scrupulous. All right. Etymology reveals how the connotated meanings of words become the general public accepted and established new meanings. Connotated meanings are placed. Connotated meanings go up. Up. You're going down. Go up.
It must be Malcolm.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Etymology reveals how the connotative meanings of words become the general public accepted and established new meanings. Connotative meanings are placed in dictionaries, and over a period of time, the original meanings and application of words are de-emphasized and eventually loses their true essence in the general public. Thus, since general populace is not taught the foundational word, it is socialized into accepting connotative meanings as being the true, real, and original meanings. The student of etymology, in using the original meaning of words as their foundation, will be able to determine if a word has been given new meaning. The etymology of the word slave reveals that the new meaning interjected into the social fabric of society is far from its original and true meaning. The entry-level meaning for the word slave contradict its etymological meaning, the meaning displayed in the brackets. The original meaning of the word dollar is completely different from that used by the general public. The true meaning for the word consider has an astronomical usage. The origin of the historical development of linguistic form of words are shown by determining its basic elements, its earliest known use, changes in form and meaning, traces and transmission from one language to another, identifying its cognates in other languages, reconstructing its ancestral form where possible, explaining the changes words have undergone, the various variations of form and spelling.Ese are principles. This is why I have an understanding of principles. These are principles. The origin, historical development of a linguistic form or words are shown by determining its. All right. What's the next page on your list? Let me go to my
15.
All right, page 15.
Yes.
All right. Some scholars have defined denotation as the literal meaning. Some scholars define denotation as the literal meaning. Let us compare the etymological meaning of denotation to the definition used by some scholars. Literal is derived from the Latin litera, meaning letter. The literal meaning of the word table is a piece of furniture with a top and 4 legs. The literal meaning of the word The literal meaning of a word is its actual meaning. It signifies or designates an object. Connotation is developed when the idea of an object is transformed to create a new meaning, thereby moving the word away from its referent. The literal meaning refers to, let me explain. All right, continue. So I'm stop there. All right. So what are these? Scissors. Scissors. All right. So if I write the word, so we have the thought, the word, the object. Thought, word, object. All right. So the word scissors. The word scissors is not the scissors. The word scissors denotes what? The word scissors points to what? Indicates what? References what? Designates what? The object I hold in my hand. So if I say to you, I say the word scissors. All right. So what are scissors? You just point to the object. You don't need to say anything. If I'm holding a pair of scissors in my hand, you don't need to say it, or you need to point to it. Just point to the object. All right. Let's look at, you have the word consider. The etymology of the word consider, the citiere means star. That's the etymology. What happens is the reference point, star, is removed. So in the etymological brackets, you see to observe the stars carefully. But in its entry levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's those entry level means. You see ponder, to observe, to think. So the reference point, star, has been removed. Therefore, what? Moving it away from its etymological application. Therefore, the original concept of the astronomical concept that's tied to the word consider is lost in the general public. All right, so you see the value. This is concrete. We had concrete reference points to words. How did it become abstract? Where the reference point is removed. And continuing, just want to explain the concept. The literal meaning relates to the concrete and ties to the real thing or class or thing. Literal is conceptualized by real and tangible experiences, actual things or events. So the literal meaning relates to the denotated meaning, and that they both signify a real thing or class of things, tangible experiences, and actual events. Therefore, literal can be interchanged with denotation. Although literal can be used in place of denotation, dictionary meaning can be interchanged with denotation. As this author explained and demonstrated earlier, connotated meanings are placed among entry-level meanings in the dictionary. The reader needs to be aware that all meanings in dictionaries are not denotated meanings. Once again, the reader, that's y'all, needs to be aware that all meanings in dictionaries are not denotated meanings. Therefore, it is misleading. Therefore, it is misleading for some scholars to define denotation as the dictionary meaning. That's what they do. You will see scholars look up denotation. I want y'all to look up the Google denotation and look at different references of of denotation, and you'll see that there are scholars that will define denotation as the dictionary meaning. How did I know that? Because I looked it up. That's why I know. I thought about it. Oh, hold on. Let's see if this is true. Let's see if the denotation is the dictionary meaning. That dictionary denotation is dictionary meaning. Oh, let's go back to the word consider and the word slave. Let's look at the word slave and consider. Let's see who's a liar. You stay safe. The claim is, this is the claim by these scholars, that the denotation is the dictionary meaning. Denotation is the dictionary meaning. All right, let's examine that. All right. So I want y'all, if you look up the word consider, you'll see consider to observe the stars carefully in the etymological brackets. But in the entry meanings, ponder, observe, think, you will not see the reference to star. Oh, cool. I thought denotation was the dictionary meaning. I thought denotation on think, ponder, observe is the denotation for the word consider. Think, ponder, observe is the denotation or the denotated meanings for the word consider. But where's the reference point? The designator, the marker, star. See, my brothers and sisters? See that? Mm-hmm. So you see the misleading that they're taught in schools? Oh, denotation is the literal meaning. It is. But then you follow that, but the literal meaning for connotation, consider, is to observe the stars carefully. That's the literal meaning. The literal meaning is not ponder, not think. The literal meaning refers to the object, referent, designator, marker. So they're given false concepts, just like the false concept. Yeah, see, synonyms are words that have the same meanings. Whoa. Synonyms are words that have the same meaning. Hold on. SYN means like. The prefix SYN for synonym, noun, name, doesn't mean same. It means like. It means like. It doesn't mean same. With, together, or like, but it doesn't mean same. Synonyms are not words that have same meanings. Words that have what? That share the same semantical properties. Synonyms are words that share the same semantical properties. Let me explain. Since I said it, and I got to give the whole lesson. I got to complete it. Walk. So you have the words stroll. You have the words chop. You have the words you got stroll, You have limp. All right. So Akono limped his way home. Akono strolled to the house. Well, they have an aspect, so walk, limp, and scroll share the same semantical properties. They mean, what's the same semantical properties? The same elements. Elements in that they're both your lower extremities are being used to perform the action of walk, stroll, and limp. The lower extremities are being used, but not in the same manner. What's the difference, Abdullah? The manner is different. You see how this helps in analysis? Come on, my brothers and sisters, I'm here to teach. I'm here to teach. I'm showing you, and not the same. They share the same semantical properties in that the lower extremities are being used in all three actions, but the manner is different. This helps in analysis. And you transfer this analysis into law. You transfer the analysis to a history, science, critical thinking. This is critical thinking. I'm teaching you how to read. So we're talking synonyms now. Critical thinking and analysis, a word study. All right. I have a book that I've been trying to get out for so long. Or when I started working with Shem Malachi Bey and Tamara here in 2019. I was working with Tamara, prior to working with Shem. But then we started working with Shem 2019, April 2019. Of course, I had put a lot of my time in helping develop curriculum with Shem and Tamara. So this, it's called Etymology and Semantics. It's much needed, so I'll just do lessons on it. I'll come on, this platform and others to do my Facebook Live and so forth, so that's this and critical thinking skills about word analysis, semantics and word analysis, synonyms, semantics, synonyms, and word study. All right, semantics, synonyms. And this is not the day's presentation, but as I'm reading my introduction, I have to give you a thorough explanation. I can't rush through it. And then you're still lost. I don't want you to be lost. I'm not here just to rush through things. I don't come on just to rush through things. I come on to teach. I need y'all to rise in knowledge. So we need your help. Some scholars have defined denotation as the established meaning. Some scholars define denotation as the established meaning. What does this definition mean? Denotation is derived from the Latin denotere. D means down and notere to note. Denotation is the process of designating a word to an object. Establish means to institute firmly. During the 9th century, which is the 1000s, during the 9th century, the originally established meaning for the word slave is that of a national identity of a people of Slavic descent from Eastern Europe. The present day meaning, common understanding, or ordinary meaning, plain meaning, or constructive meaning of slave has supplanted the originally established and true meaning of slave. Thus, what linguistic scholars actually mean by the established meaning of a word is its present day meaning, common understanding, ordinary meaning, constructive meaning, and its and not its originally established and true meaning. So this is the analysis, y'all. So I'm reading what these scholars are writing, but I'm analyzing, I'm breaking it down, I'm using principles. I'm analyzing my principles like, no, this is what they mean. I was like, oh, that's what they mean by established, because I wanted to know, what do they mean by established meaning? What do these authors, linguists, scholars mean by established meaning? The etymology, just follow me, my brothers and sisters. The etymology of slave is its established meaning. Slave, a Eastern European nationality, is its established meaning. That's its established meaning. All right, hear me out. ESTA is the root word, stand. E means out or out of. It's established meaning. It's been established. So, also, well, it used to mean no, and all right. There's no used to mean anything. All right. See, that's a false concept. Used to mean. See, I analyze everything. You gotta understand. And you gotta understand how I developed this. I didn't have these skills. I developed these skills. All right. It used to mean. What does that mean? What does used to mean? So the established meaning will always be the established meaning. The mother meaning will always be the mother meaning. It ain't no used to mean. So now, so this is how they get this off with that used to mean. As if the established meaning has no validity anymore. As if the new, as they call the established meaning or new meaning is valid now, and the original meaning has no validity. Based on what? Based on what principle? So we have to learn how to think. So what I teach, I'm teaching now critical thinking skills. I'm not just running through this, I'm teaching critical thinking. Critical thinking has to be part of any lessons that you have to interject critical thinking in your lessons and your teachings. That's teaching. I remember my philosophy teacher, professor, he wasn't a PhD. He taught the philosophy at Glasgow State College, now Rowan University, in the 90s. And professor, he was associate professor, Professor Appleby or Applebaum, European. And I remember his saying that I want to teach you to think. I said, oh, shucks. Because that, of course, teachers don't say that. Like, you don't hear teachers say, I want to teach you to think. Like, whoa. And that's because that stood out. I mean, how do I remember that? Because you don't hear that. And he was one of my, he was one of my, and I had Asiatic professors, a few of them, but he was one of my better professors. All right, so we have here the etymology of the word slave. See the etymological brackets, Slavis, Slava, identical with their racial name, Slavis, Slav, see Slav, 1955, French exclave. All right, you have Dutch and you have the Danish. The D is Dutch, stands for Dutch, and the DAN is Danish. Swedish, that's W. G is Greek. MHG, Middle High German, also slave. Also from the LL is late Latin, Slavi, and Sclavi, probably from a Byzantine Byzantine appellation of some Slavic people. All right, Sloven, slave, 1921. It's 1921 edition. Webster's third New International Dictionary of the English Language, unabridged, 1993. I just want them to see, because this is a huge word for us, because our people by the millions are claiming to be descendants of slaves. We're claiming by the millions to be descendants of slaves. We're Slavic descent. We're not Moors. We're not descendants of Moors. We're not descendants of slaves. We're descendants of Moors. Well, you know what I mean. That's not what the word means now. With that etymology bull crap, Abdullah. You know, we get emotional. All right, so we can go to the next page. Let me read this last paragraph. Some scholars have defined denotation as a dictionary meaning. You know what? I've done that already. Yes, I explained that, so we can move on. I explained that. Let's go to the next page that's up on the list. All right, here we go. All right, so we're getting into the lesson now, but I wanted to warm y'all up, because that was the introduction. And I just wanted to warm y'all up. So we have here the day's presentation. So y'all got some, great lessons already. We rocking and rolling. Is vocabulary building skills made easy. All right, this is, you have, in my book, I don't have all the prefix rules. As I said, there's to get all the rules, you have to get by my book. Once again, mooresandmasonry.org. So I have 3 of the prefix rules listed, right? So we got the first 3. I think I got 4 or 5, 4 listed. Here he's going to show. Rule number 1. This is from the actual book. This is what it looks like. He's showing the actual book. Prefix rules. Rule number 1. A prefix is placed at the beginning of a word. That's simple rule, but it's a rule. It's just, you don't want to take for granted. A prefix. Pre is the prefix in the word prefix, and fix is the root word, as you see here. Pre under word under prefix, and root under fix under root equals prefix. Rule number 2. A word can have as many as 2 prefixes. How many people know that? A word can have as many as 2 prefixes. So we have example, disconnect. So we'll start with connect. The prefix con, the root word neck. And so that has 1 prefix. And we're showing a word can have as many as 2 prefixes. So the first, all right, let me give you this. Let me give you the first prefix is not DIS. DIS, so you say, well, why is he not starting with DIS and going to con? The first prefix is CON. Con is the first prefix. You start using the number line concept. Use the number line concept. And you'll get that later, but because I have to do it now too, to show that, explain why I'm not starting with DIS. All right. The first prefix is closer to its root word. So you start with the root word, net. That's your 0. Or your body. You're teaching using an animal for children. The body would be the root word. The number line 0. On the number line, net would be under the 0. And then on the number, it has going to your left, it's 1, 2. On the number line, all right, moving from your right to left, it's 1, 2. So the CON is 1. That's the first prefix. The second prefix is DIS. I have to explain it that way because I won't start with DIS first. I will not start with DIS and then CON. I would use the principle. I would teach it by principle and explain why. All right, go ahead. Oh no.
Okay.
All right, rule. Is this on the list?
Yes, rule number 3.
Yeah. All right. Rule number 3. When a word has 2 prefixes, one of the prefixes is usually a negation. I don't know if this out, one of the pages. That's why since I've done it, I'm gonna do it. All right. Since I have to finish it because I started already. When a word has 2 prefixes, one of the prefixes is usually a negation. All right. So this word, once again, you see the root word, you have inaccessible. Inaccessible is the word. You start with the root word, cess, which means to go. The first prefix is at, AC, which means to. And what's the rule is, when a word has 2 prefixes, one of them is usually a negation, IN. IN means into, all right, as a prefix. As a prefix, IN means into, but not here. It's functioning as a negation. So N doesn't mean, so say, accessible. Accessible. So inaccessible doesn't mean into. The IN, the prefix in the word inaccessible doesn't mean into. It means it's what? Function as a negation, not accessible, inaccessible. So we have the prefix in means not, it means functioning as a negation. It means into, but it's functioning as a negation. That's one of the rules. When a word has when a word has 2 prefixes, one of the prefixes is usually a negation. It's a very important rule. All right, so don't automatically see, well, inaccessible. N means into. No, it's a negation. Accessible, inaccessible. All right, we go to the next one. Next page that's on the list.
Okay.
All right. Rule number 9. Let's say the book to get more etymology vocabulary, go to mooresandmasonry.org. Order your book. Rule number 9, prefixes can have more than one form. Prefixes can have more than one form. We have add. Come down, because I can't see the. All right. Add, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 forms. A C, AF, AG, AL, AN, AP, AR, AS, AT. And here's examples: adopt, accept, addiction, afford, affect, aggravate, aggression, AL, alleviate. Let me start again. A, adopt. AC, accept. AD, addiction. AF, afford, affect. AG, aggravate, aggression. AL, alleviate. AN, announce, annoy. AP, appoint, appear. AR, arrive, array. AS, asset, asset. AT, attend, attack. All right, we have sub, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 forms. Example: SU, we have SUB, sub. SU, suck. SUC, succeed. SUD, sudden. SUF, suffer, suffice. SUG, suggest. SUM, summon, summary. SUP, support, supply. SUS, suspect. Subter is you have subterfuge. We have O, which has 5 forms. O, omit. OB, oblivion. OC, occur. OF, offense. OP, opportunity. ON, ontology. All right. We have 3 forms here: SIN, SYM, SIL, SYN, synonym, SIM, symbol, SIL, syllabus. All right, we go to the next page. This is a systematic way of teaching vocabulary. Increasing vocabulary in easy way. An easy way of increasing the vocabulary. We have rule number 10. A prefix connects to many roots. A prefix connects to many roots. We have the prefix con. You see the many roots here. Crete, as in concrete, trite, contrite, struck, construct, sieve, conceive, science, conscious, dense, condense, void, convoy, all right, fur, confer, chord, concord, tribe, contrive. You'll see that there. All right. So these are, you see the list of prefixes, and we have here com. We have mute, mune, ment, ments, press, pleat, commute, commune, commit, commence, compress, complete. All right. We have re. We have sub here. Subtract, submit. We have tract, mit, way, do. Subtract, submit, way, subway, do, subdued. We have here re. You see the multiple root words that re connects to. Serve, reserve, reverve, reverse, verse, reverse, miss, remiss, join, rejoin, align, realign, mit, remit, track, retract, resume, sieve, receive, repeat, remain, frame, refrain, rehearse, suscitate, resuscitate, recess, surge, resurge, desert, response. All right. This helps though. These helps a long way in building vocabulary. All right. We have suffix rules. These are suffix rules. Rule number 1: suffixes can be found at the end of the word. That's simple. Examples: hopeful, goodness, childhood, and lawful. Root word, hope, suffix, foe, have hopeful. Root word, good, suffix, ness, goodness. Root word, child, suffix, hood, childhood. Root word, law, suffix, full, lawful. Rule number 2. We have rule number 2. Now let's go to the rule. Come down. Rule number 2, suffixes can change the part of speech of a word. Suffixes can change the part of speech of a word. All right, so we have noun suffix endings, verb suffix endings, adjective suffix endings, and adverbial suffix endings. So there's only these 4. There's 8 parts of speech, but in suffixes, these are 4. It can be one of the 4. All right, so suffix can only be one of the 4 parts of speech when it comes to a suffix. So these are some of the noun suffix endings. You have here verb suffix endings, adjective suffix endings, and adverb suffix endings. We go to the next page. What's the next one on the list? Is this one? All right.
Yes.
All right. Rule 3. A word can have as many as 3 suffixes. See, this is a powerful rule right here. A word can have as many as 3 suffixes. We have constitution, constitutional, constitutionality. Now, all these words don't have, all these these words here don't have three suffixes. I'm just showing you the process. So I'm showing you the process by using examples: constitution, constitutional, constitutionality. All right, here we go. So you see here that the word constitution has one suffix. We add the suffix al. Bob the Builder. We're building on the word. And constitutional has two suffixes. Constitutionality has three suffixes. So we're building on the word. From constitution to constitutional, constitution, one suffix. Constitution, one suffix. Constitutional, two suffixes. Constitutionality, three suffixes. You see the pattern? You see the systematic way of teaching? All right, go to the next page. Oh, we have this one. All right, let me do nationality then. Okay. All right, right here. Example: national, nationality, nationalization. National, one prefix, one suffix. Nationality, come down. Nationality, two suffixes. Go down, next page.
Okay, go to the next one on the list.
Right, no, go. I'm trying to finish it. I got to finish it. Go. All right, here we go. Yeah.
Okay,
I got to finish it because I already. All right, rule number 3: a word can have continue. A word can have as many as 3 suffixes. All right, so national, one suffix. Nationality, 3 suffixes, 2 suffixes. Nationalization, 3 suffixes. So we went from national, 1 suffix, nationality, 2 suffixes, nationalization, 3 suffixes. All right, go to the next page. All right. This is the prefix-root-suffix combination. The prefix-root-suffix patterns will aid the reader in recognizing the meaning of a host of unfamiliar, particularly long words. All right. In the movie A Killer and the Bee, Killer is played by Keke Palmer, is at Dr. Laramie's house, played by Lawrence Fishburne. And he has a flipboard he points her to the flipboard. He says, "What do you see?" Big words that I'll know the meaning of. He says, "Well, where do big words come from?" Big words come from people with big brains. He says, big words come from people with big brains. He says, no. Big words come from little words. Big words come from little words. What do you see? Solitaraneous. That's the first word on the list in the movie. Solitaraneous. So he says, what's this? What's soul? The sun. Terrain. Earth. The sun and the sun and earth working together. So solitaraneous, the root word, the suffix aneous, E-O-U-S, aneous, means condition of or process of. That is a adjective suffix ending. Aeneas, solitaraneous, the conditional process by which the earth and sun working together. Solitaraneous. So big words are little words put together. She tells her. Dr. Laramie tells Akila, big words are little words put together, and you saw that. Nation, national, nationality, nationalization, constitute, constitution, constitutional, constitutionality. So big words are little words put together, prefixes, root words, and suffixes. They're little words. Shun is a little word, T-I-O-N. A-L, little, 2 letters. I-T-Y, little, two letters. C-O-N, 3 letters. Unconstitutional. Un, 2 letters. All right, so big words are little words put together. All right, so I'm continue. Let me finish reading this. I'll call on, bring it back down. Prefix root suffix combinations. The prefix root suffix patterns will aid the reader in recognizing the meaning of a host of unfamiliar words, particularly long words. You probably can recall coming across long and unfamiliar words and not being able to unlock their meanings. How do you apply the prefix root suffix patterns to increase vocabulary? Let us examine how it is done. Tip: mastering the prefix and suffix rules section of this book is a prerequisite to this section. Examine the component parts of the word. Think about what you can do. Think about what you do know about the word. 1, determine what the prefixes is or are. 2, determine what the suffixes is or are. 3, notice the number of suffixes. Notice the number of prefixes. 4, notice the number of suffixes. 5, notice the prefix root suffix pattern of the word. These are what you already have learned, all right, in the book. So you're building the skills. You're building the skills, all right. So you're building the skills, prefix rules, suffix rules, pattern. So you're building the skill, all right. How to use the number line, all right. In 2007, my daughter Tamison was set. I had two. My etymology student had twins. Her granddaughters were twins, Maya and Trinity, and that was the fall of 2007. My daughter at that time was 11 months old. And the grandmother, she paid my student, hired me to teach her grandchildren, tutor her granddaughters, Maya and Trinity. And so I, went to the house, went to our daughter's house, and they had the thing set up for me, the board, the chalkboard. So here they, like I said, they were 7 years old at the time. And I put the number line on the board. All right. And teaching them through this system. And they weren't getting it. They weren't getting this the way I was instructing them using the number line. So I went to my lab, my mind, and I was thought about it because it was every week. I think it was every week or every other week. I think it was every week. So I went to my lab, my mind. I said, man. How do I get this across, man? So I remember Sister Sandra. Sister Sandra was she was my etymology student with Brother Rob, and Brother Rob's I've been close ever since. Sister Sandra as well, and they were both they were both my students in the fall of 2007. And I recall Sister Sandra saying to me, "Be concrete when you're teaching," because she was a kindergarten teacher 25 years. So I went in my lab. I was like, man. Oh, I'll use an animal. Oh, so I had my daughter's mother, or art teacher, draw an animal, a horse for me. Draw a horse for me. So she drew a horse, and I took that horse. I made copies, and I said, but the body would be the root. All right, the body would be the root. the head will be the prefix, at least one prefix, and the tail will be the suffix. One suffix. So I used, and that went over well. I said, darn. I said, all right. So what I'm instructing you now, don't start with this with children. Don't start with this number line with children. Start with an animal, concrete, the body, the root. All right? The head, the prefix, one prefix, the tail, and so now you have head, body, tail. You give them head, body, tail. Then you what? Then you introduce them. Prefix. So you put once they understand the concept, head, body, tail. All right. We have the word. We have the word. Prefix. So we had, that's the word that had a prefix. So you have pre is the head, fix is the body. And once that concept is solid, then you introduce them to the word prefix-root-suffix. Because you can't keep them at head, body, and tail. You can't keep them there. So now you have head, body, and tail, then you place the word root above the word head. You place the word prefix above the word, place the word root above the body of the horse. And you place the word prefix above the head, and place the word suffix above the tail of the animal, whatever animal you choose. It has to have, an animal with a head, body, tail, as in a horse or a dog or a cat. Then you what? Introduce them to the number line. At 5 years old, 6 years old, 7, 8, then you introduce them to the number line. I'm just giving that instruction. This is from my experience, and I actually, one of my etymology students, Brother Mike, European male, he took my class 3 times. At Temple University, Pan-African Studies Community Education Program, took my class 3 times. And he brought me in. He taught at a private school where Moors classified as Negro, color, black are the students. The principal was a European woman. The principal and founder is European woman. The students are us, Moors classified Negro, color, black. And you had a couple of the European teachers there. And so I was brought in once a month. And I taught the entire class, the entire school, so in class at a time. So I would go teach his class first. He had 5th and 6th graders in the same class. Then I would go down to I would have the kindergartners, and after his class, I would have the kindergartners, first graders, kindergartners, first and second graders together. They brought the kindergartners, first and second graders in the same together, and I actually taught this, and they picked it up. So I've had to, just wanted to give you that. It's important that I convey that, give you that experience, because my experience is part of my teachings. My experience is part of my development and growth. All right, so how to use the number line. All right, step 1, the root word is placed under the 0. Right? Example, nation. So here, give you step by step. Root word is placed under the 0. All right, next page.
Okay.
Step 2, the suffix closest to the root word 0 is placed under the number 1 to the right of the root word. So we have the word example is national. So And AL is placed under 1. Step 3, the second suffix is placed under the number 2. Nationalize the example. AL, suffix 1, suffix 2, IZE. Step 4, the third suffix is placed under the number 3. Nationalization. Go up. You see how I have it? Systematic. I don't take anything for granted. No, give them the system. Go step by step. Step 4, the third suffix is placed under the number 3. Nationalization. AL, suffix 1, IZ, I'm gonna explain that, number 2, and IZE, number 2, and ATION is number 3. All right, let me explain why do I have E in parentheses under the suffix 2? Because now you're adding, all right, so you're adding the suffix ATION. So the E is removed. The E is removed. And so you're blending AL, you're adding ATION to the word nationalize to form the word nationalization. That's why the E is in parentheses, because the whole suffix is IZE. IZ is not the whole, that's the suffix is IZE, but it's removed when you're adding ATION. All right. What's the next page? Is that? All right. Do I continue with this? All right. All right. Here. Yeah. How? All right. Now, step 5. The first prefix is placed under the number 1 to the left. I gave this earlier. So the first, we have the word denationalization. The first prefix, D is placed under 1 because that's the first prefix. It's closest to its root. Step 6. The second prefix is placed under the number 2, left of the 0. Constitute. STI, which means stand, and it forms thousands of words. This is a family. STI, STA, STI, STA, and SIST. SIST, STA, STI forms thousands of words. They're all in the same family. They all have the same Indo-European root. So we have the word unconstitutional, which has 2 prefixes. Con is the first prefix, and on is the second prefix. Let's go to the rule. If a word has more than 2 when a word has 2 prefixes, one of them is using negation. So constitutional, we have unconstitutional, which means not constitutional. So the un functions as a negation. I think that's the ending of that. Yeah. So we go. What's the next page on the list?
This is the last page.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
All right. So my brothers and sisters, this is my book, Etymology and Vocabulary. You can go to mooresandmasonry.org. Go to mooresandmasonry.org to get my book, Etymology and Vocabulary. I also have Etymology and Vocabulary Supplementary 1 that deals with groupings of root words, 35 groupings of root words that have the same meaning. We have Moors and Masonry Part 1, Moors and Masonry Part 2, How Venus and Moon Rule, Masonic Compass Square and the Connection of Measurement and Timekeeping, Illuminati and Illumination of the Mind. All right, go to mooresandmasonry.org. I thought that this would be a good lesson for you, to give you a taste of the book, just give a few lessons that are in the book. And I want to thank you. I want to fill some questions right now. We have some time. Any questions? Type your questions in. Type your questions in. If you learned something, type it in. If you didn't learn anything, let me know. If it's above your head, let me know. If it's confusing, let me know. If I did a good job, let me know. All right, so we don't have any questions or comments. I want to thank you for rocking with me, Brother Kono. Thank you for co-piloting, brother. Thank you for co-piloting. You did a wonderful job, brother.
Thank
Brother
you.
Hank, as always, brother. As always, brother. Before I got to say this. This brother right here, Brother Kono, Sankofa Bay. We met a year ago. I reached out to him through TikTok. And at that time, he only knew how to work Skype. I said, man, Skype? I mean, wow, that's like nobody uses Skype. And I told him about Zoom. He didn't know about Zoom and other platforms. So this brother is rolling, man. He got Zoom working. He got the StreamYard now going. He's expanded his platform. This brother has grown in knowledge. He's working on his book, which will be out next year. I'm so proud to see his growth and development over the past year. And has grown out of the misconceptions.
I'm thankful for you, Shim, King, Pacola, Sister Mia Moore, Sister Flo. I'm thankful for the whole team. Thank y'all.
Right on, brother.
For real.
Right on. We're going to add Terrence in there, too.
Yeah, Brother Terrence. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I can't forget about him. Yeah.
Yes.
School of Moroccan Post Media. I can't forget about him either.
Yep. So thank you again. Next week I have Brother Vicerious. Brother Vicerious will be with us next week. Get the title. I forget his title. He did text it to me. So we have Brother Vicerious on next week. So I want to thank you again, Brother Hank. As always, thank you for the platform. I've been on this platform since this first Monday in December of 2023. Hank contacted me in November 2003 and offered this platform for me, and I'm ever grateful. All right. So until next week, we have Brother Vicerious up next week. All right. Stay tuned until next week, Monday. The day's what? The Monday's what? It'll be on the 12th. Yeah, Monday, August 12th. Thank you again. Peace, everyone.
Peace.
All right, my brothers and sisters. Peace, everyone.